Do you want to discover the Stoic secrets for detecting fake people, and even better, learn how to deal with them like a true ancient philosopher? Get ready for a journey of self-discovery and wisdom as we uncover 20 Stoic secrets that can transform your perspective on relationships and human interactions. Be sure to comment below sharing your own experiences and insights. Leave a like if you liked the content and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our next videos. 1. Pay attention to invisible signs. Stoics teach to observe not just words, but also the actions and intentions behind them. As Seneca said, many things are grasped by reason, which the eye does not see. Imagine the scenario of a co-worker who is apparently your biggest admirer in public, always praising your ideas and contributions during meetings. However, behind the scenes, he is subtly undermining their efforts and trying to sabotage their projects. This discrepancy between words spoken in public and actions performed in private reveals a hidden truth behind the mask of politeness. It is exactly at these moments that the practice of observing invisible signs becomes fundamental. By being attentive not only to what is said but also to the underlying actions and intentions, you can discern between genuineness and insincerity in daily interactions. This awareness allows you to make more informed decisions and build relationships based on mutual trust, avoiding potential pitfalls and misunderstandings. Therefore, by cultivating this ability to perceive beyond superficial appearances, you are able to navigate with greater discernment and wisdom through the different contexts of your personal and professional life. 2. Constant vigilance. Always be alert to inconsistencies between what people say and what they do. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Take care not to be deceived, for it is better to be deceived occasionally than to live in constant suspicion of everyone." For example, if someone constantly promises to help you with an important project, but always finds excuses to not keep their promises, it could be a sign of insincerity. By keeping a constant eye on such patterns of behavior, you can avoid deluding yourself and take steps to protect your own interests and emotional well-being. Constant vigilance does not mean living in perpetual distrust, but rather cultivating wise discernment to recognize when someone's actions do not match their words. It's a valuable skill for maintaining authentic relationships and protecting yourself from potential harm from fake people. 3. Practice indifference. As Epictetus teaches us, do not be disturbed by false people. They are like shadows in the darkness, insignificant and without substance. By practicing indifference, you protect yourself from the emotional impact caused by the deceptive actions of fake people. Instead of allowing yourself to be consumed by anger or resentment, you recognize the ephemeral and insignificant nature of these false interactions. This allows you to maintain your inner peace and focus your energy on more meaningful aspects of your life. For example, if someone tries to defame you with lies, instead of engaging in confrontation or seeking revenge, you can simply choose not to let that person's behavior affect you. Practicing indifference does not mean being passive in the face of falsehood, but rather cultivating an attitude of serenity and detachment in relation to attempts at manipulation or deception. 4. Cultivate the virtue of sincerity. Be honest with yourself and others, following Cicero's advice. True friendship is based on mutual sincerity, not on masks and deception. When we cultivate the virtue of sincerity, we lay the foundation for authentic and meaningful relationships. This involves not only speaking the truth, but also acting in a way that is congruent with our values and principles. By being sincere in our interactions, we create an environment of mutual trust and respect, in which falsehood has no room to thrive. For example, if you notice that a friend is acting dishonest or manipulative, cultivating the virtue of sincerity means addressing the issue honestly and constructively, rather than ignoring it or resigning yourself to deceit. By prioritizing sincerity in your relationships, you promote a culture of transparency and authenticity, which are fundamental to identifying and dealing with fake people. 5. Be wary of exaggerated praise. As Seneca reminds us, he who praises too much is often hiding his true intentions behind empty words. It is important to be aware of exaggerated compliments, especially when they seem disproportionate to the circumstances. Often, fake people use exaggerated compliments as a tactic to manipulate or gain an advantage over others. By being wary of these compliments, you protect yourself from being deceived and maintain a clearer view of the true intentions behind the words. For example, if someone you barely know starts to praise your skills or achievements excessively, it could be a sign that they are seeking something in return or trying to gain your trust in an artificial way. By maintaining a healthy stance of distrust in the face of these compliments, you are less susceptible to being manipulated or deceived by fake people. 6. Observe patterns of behavior. As Seneca said, repeated actions reveal more than empty words. Observe someone's consistent behavior to understand their true nature. By observing a person's behavior patterns over time, you can identify telltale signs of their authenticity or fakeness. Consistent and congruent actions often reflect a genuine nature, while inconsistencies and contradictions may indicate a mask being used to hide true intentions. For example, if someone constantly promises support and loyalty, but their actions show otherwise with selfish or treacherous behaviors, this suggests a lack of sincerity in their words. By observing these patterns of behavior, you can make more informed decisions about the trustworthiness and integrity of this person in your life. 7. Value loyalty over popularity. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, it is better to have a few true friends than many false ones. Loyalty is more valuable than fleeting popularity. In a world where popularity is often valued above authenticity, the Stoics remind us of the importance of cultivating relationships based on loyalty and true camaraderie. Having a few true friends, those who remain by your side in good times and bad, is infinitely more valuable than having a multitude of superficial acquaintances who disappear at the first difficulty. For example, if you are faced with a group of people who encourage you to act contrary to your principles or values but offer popularity in return, Stoic wisdom leads you to value loyalty to your own integrity above the desire to be accepted by the crowd. By prioritizing loyalty in your relationships, you build deep, meaningful connections that stand the test of time and adversity. 8. Keep away from gossip and intrigue. Following Epictetus's advice, avoid gossip and intrigue, for he who speaks ill of others will also speak ill of you in your absence. Gossip and intrigue are often vehicles for deceit and manipulation. Those who engage in this behavior are often untrustworthy and can easily betray the trust of others. By distancing yourself from these practices, you protect your own integrity and preserve relationships based on honesty and mutual respect. For example, if you notice that someone is constantly spreading gossip or sowing intrigues about other people, it is likely that this person is not trustworthy. By refusing to participate in this behavior and instead choosing to walk away, you demonstrate your steadfastness to your values and strengthen your own reputation as someone who is trustworthy and has integrity. 9. Practice empathy, but maintain boundaries. As Cicero said, understand the motives behind people's actions, but do not allow this to make you vulnerable to manipulation or exploitation. Empathy is a fundamental virtue, allowing us to understand the motivations and feelings of others. However, it is important to maintain healthy boundaries, especially when dealing with fake people who may try to take advantage of our understanding and generosity. For example, if someone approaches you with a sob story and asks for financial help, it's important to practice empathy when considering their circumstances. However, it is also crucial to maintain clarity of thought and carefully assess the situation to ensure you are not being manipulated or exploited. By balancing empathy with discernment, you can avoid falling into traps created by fake people while keeping your compassion and humanity intact. 10. Learn from disappointments. As Marcus Aurelius teaches us, every encounter with a false person is an opportunity to strengthen your wisdom and discernment. Instead of being shaken or discouraged by disappointments caused by fake people, view these experiences as valuable lessons. Each disappointment offers the opportunity to improve your ability to identify signs of deceit and strengthen your judgment of those around you. For example, if a friendship turns out to be superficial and based on momentary interests, instead of mourning the loss, you can learn to value authenticity and loyalty in your future relationships. By turning disappointments into opportunities for personal growth, you become more resilient and wise in navigating the intricate paths of human interactions. 11. Be selective in your friendships. Following Seneca's advice, prefer quality over quantity in your friendships. A true friend is like a rare treasure, not easily found. Instead of seeking superficial connections or maintaining relationships out of convenience, value those who demonstrate true integrity and loyalty. Cultivate friendships based on mutual respect, genuine support, and a sincere exchange of ideas and feelings. For example, if you notice that an individual consistently demonstrates the Stoic values of honesty, compassion, and virtue, consider investing time and energy into that friendship. By being selective in your friendships and prioritizing quality over quantity, you build a circle of trust and mutual support that enriches your life and promotes your personal growth. 12. Cultivate your own authenticity. As Epictetus reminds us, be true to yourself and others. Authenticity is the antidote to falsehood. By cultivating your own authenticity, you become less vulnerable to the influence of fake people and more able to attract genuine, meaningful relationships. This involves knowing your own values, beliefs, and limits, and acting in accordance with them, even if it means distancing yourself from those who do not share these principles. For example, if you find yourself in a situation where you would feel pressure to act contrary to your values or give in to falsehood to fit in, authenticity empowers you to stay true to yourself, even if it means facing the discomfort of not being able to. Conformity. By becoming an authentic person, you radiate an aura of sincerity and integrity that naturally attracts others who value these qualities. 13. Learn to say no. As Cicero said, don't be afraid to refuse unfair or manipulative requests. Saying no is a way to protect your integrity. Saying no when necessary is essential to establishing healthy boundaries and protecting yourself against manipulation or exploitation by fake people. While it can be difficult to turn down requests, especially from those who try to use your kindness or gentleness for their own benefit, it's important to remember that saying no is an act of authenticity and self-defense. For example, if someone tries to persuade you to participate in a questionable activity or to take on responsibilities that go against your principles, practicing the skill of saying no is essential to preserving your integrity and self-esteem. By setting clear, firm boundaries, you send a clear message that you are not willing to compromise your values for the sake of convenience or social acceptance. 14. Trust your intuition but check with reason. As Marcus Aurelius teaches us, trust your instincts but don't allow prejudice or fear to distort your perception of reality. Your intuition can often be a valuable guide in identifying situations or people that may not be what they seem. However, it is important to balance this intuition with a rational assessment of the situation to avoid distorted or prejudiced interpretations. For example, if something seems off in an interaction with someone, even if they are acting in a seemingly friendly manner, trusting your intuition can help you notice subtle signs of insincerity. However, it is crucial to also objectively analyze the available facts before jumping to conclusions. By combining intuition and reason, you can develop a clearer and more accurate understanding of the people around you. 15. Forgive but do not forget. Following Seneca's advice, forgive those who have wronged you, but remember their actions to protect yourself in the future. Forgiveness is a powerful virtue, allowing you to release the emotional weight of past disappointments and move forward with lightness and inner peace. However, it is important to remember the lessons learned from past experiences to avoid falling into the same traps in the future. For example, if someone has deceived you or betrayed your trust, forgiving them can be a way of releasing the resentment and bitterness this has caused. However, keeping this person's actions in mind allows you to be more alert and prepared to protect yourself from similar situations in the future. By balancing forgiveness with wisdom gained from experience, you transform past disappointments into opportunities for personal growth and empowerment. 16. Practice emotional distancing. As Seneca said, do not allow emotions to cloud your judgment. Maintain a certain emotional distance when dealing with false people to protect your inner peace. Emotional detachment is a fundamental skill for dealing with fake people effectively and preserving your own inner peace. It means maintaining a certain emotional distance from these people's actions and words, not allowing your emotions to dominate your judgment. When you practice emotional detachment, you are less likely to be drawn into drama or manipulation by fake people. Instead, you can maintain a clear and objective perspective on the situation, which empowers you to make wiser, more assertive decisions. For example, if someone tries to provoke you with provocative comments or unfair criticism, emotional detachment allows you to respond calmly and rationally, rather than letting yourself get carried away by anger or frustration. You recognize that this person's actions reflect more on them than on you, and choose not to let this affect your inner peace. By practicing emotional detachment, you not only protect yourself against the harmful effects of fake people, but you also cultivate greater emotional resilience and self-control, which makes you better able to face life's challenges with calm and serenity. 17. Cultivate patience and tolerance. Epictetus reminds us that patience is the virtue of the strong. By remaining calm and composed in front of fake people, you avoid falling into emotional traps and make wiser decisions. Top of form. Patience and tolerance are fundamental virtues in Stoicism and are especially important when dealing with fake people. Cultivating patience allows you to maintain calm and composure even when faced with deceptive or provocative behavior, avoiding impulsive reactions that could make the situation worse. By practicing tolerance, you develop the ability to accept the imperfections and differences of others, even if it means living with fake people for some time. This does not mean agreeing with their behaviors or allowing them to continue to harm you, but rather recognizing that everyone has their own challenges and limitations. For example, if a fake person is acting annoying or manipulative, instead of immediately losing your temper, you might choose to take a deep breath and take a step back before responding. This pause allows you to assess the situation more rationally and decide the best way to proceed. By cultivating patience and tolerance, you not only protect your own inner peace, but you also lay a solid foundation for building healthier, more authentic relationships in the future. 18. Be an example of integrity. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that a man's character is his own fortune. By acting with integrity and honesty in all your interactions, you not only protect yourself against negative influences from fake people, but you also establish a pattern of behavior that inspires others to do the same. When you exemplify integrity, you create an environment around you where falsehood cannot thrive. Fake people tend to shy away from individuals who cannot be easily manipulated or deceived, and are attracted to people who share similar values of honesty and authenticity. For example, if you refuse to participate in workplace gossip or intrigue, instead choosing to maintain an ethical and professional stance, this sends a clear message that you value integrity above all else. As a result, you are more likely to attract colleagues and friends who share these same values, creating a more positive and uplifting social circle. 19. Be prepared to walk away. As Cicero said, sometimes the best response is silence and withdrawal. Recognizing when it's time to distance yourself from fake people is a powerful way to protect your own mental and emotional health. If a fake person continues to undermine your peace, trust, or well-being, you may need to set clear boundaries and walk away from the relationship. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting all ties immediately, but rather creating an emotional distance that protects you from negativity and manipulation. For example, if a friend repeatedly demonstrates toxic or manipulative behaviors, you may need to reduce the frequency of interactions or cut ties completely, depending on the severity of the situation. By moving away from fake people, you make room for more authentic, healthier connections in your life. 20. Learn to find joy in solitude. Seneca reminds us that solitude is the place of true freedom. Finding joy in solitude is a valuable skill that can help you preserve your inner peace and emotional independence, especially when dealing with fake people. By cultivating a healthy relationship with yourself and finding satisfaction in activities you can enjoy alone, you become less dependent on validation or companionship from others. This protects you from the negative influence of fake people who may try to exploit your need for connection or acceptance. For example, if you learn to appreciate moments of solitude dedicated to reflection, reading, practicing hobbies, or simply being with yourself, you develop an internal source of happiness and tranquility that cannot be easily shaken by external influences. By finding joy in solitude, you strengthen your emotional resilience and become better able to resist the manipulative games of fake people. By unveiling the 20 Stoic secrets for identifying and dealing with fake people, we dive into a journey of self-knowledge and wisdom. From paying attention to invisible signs to cultivating patience and tolerance, each secret offers a unique opportunity to enhance our understanding of human interactions. These ancient lessons not only invite us to reflect on our relationships, but they also challenge us to act with integrity and discernment. By practicing empathy with boundaries and learning from disappointments, we strengthen not only our relationships, but also our emotional resilience. Finding joy in solitude and being an example of integrity are fundamental pillars for an authentic and fulfilling life. By following these principles, we build not only more genuine connections, but also a solid foundation for our emotional well-being. Share your own experiences and insights in the comments. Leave a like if you found value in this content, and subscribe to the channel for more reflections on wisdom and self-improvement. Together, we can cultivate more authentic relationships and fuller lives.